What's up, my AOE Risendragon here with a kind of funnish video against Karovich 9232 from the United States, playing the Spanish. We are playing the Romans. This was actually the first rated game I played as the Romans. And yeah, we're going to see how it goes. We are 4 times speed throughout the Dark Age here. And go from there. Now, for this particular one, I want to point out, I tried to fast castle with this. And what that means is you try to get up to castle as quickly as possible. And ideally, you want to get it done in under like 15 minutes or so. So please, I need a little bit of advice on this because, yeah, I would love to try to pull it off. But you're going to see why I can't pull it off in a second. By the way, I had to get the boom back for my thing. Notice here, I start pushing zebra. I start pushing deer here. And I only push one, though, I think. Oh, do I push another one? I think I do. Yeah, I actually... Oh, no, no, we actually push a couple here. All right, not terrible with the technique. Yeah, we're getting there. All right, but we go castle. And my point of going, trying to go fast castle was basically to try to get my Scorps up and running as soon as possible, as the scout goes through. Now, I do have a slight, we're going to slow it down to 2 times speed, for feudal, because we hit feudal. And when did we hit feudal? Around 11. So they're, I think, kind of on the same sort of block, maybe. But we go blacksmith, then we go market. And I believe we only had about... Hold on a sec here. Let me pause it real quick, and then I'll show the timeline. Let's see. Where are we at? About a minute 15 for our... or 11:15 for our feudal. But with a minute 37 worth of idle TC. And it's important to note that I had enough here... Hold on a sec, where was it? And I wanted to make a point of this. I missed it, though. Let me go back a sec. Ooh. Notice right about in here, I think. There was a point where I had... Yeah, see, look. Now, here is where I made a mistake. I didn't have a second Dark Age building, so... By the time I realized I go to click up to go to castle or feudal, I'm sorry, I realized I don't have a mill. So now I've got to go in and do that. So that's where we ended up. And that's why we ended up with such a high idle TC. So let's get back to the action. As you see, they scout me pretty well here. This... gets a bit... It does stay... She stays alive, so we're good there. But notice they kind of camp there. I get a spear going, and I come around, and I eventually take it out. Anyways. So yeah, when you're going fast castle, and we actually do go relatively fast castle here. Relatively fast for us. I think this is the fastest castle I've ever been, because the thing is I want to get up and get into my siege, and that's kind of the big thing. So yeah, that's what I intend to try to do. But they go man-at-arms. They man-at-arms rush me a little bit. So, but anyways, I do go up to castle pretty quickly, and yeah, so I was proud of that part. You know, small victories, I guess. And my spear just kind of goes around, and I think he's going to take out the scout in a second here. Yeah, I do. Right there. Oh, maybe? Yes, I do. Yep, I take him out. Okay, cool. So, that's how that happens. By the way, I had to get the boom back for my microphone because I was too far away and it was echoing quite a bit and lost the sound quality. So Karovich comes in and does a little bit of damage here. We were able to wall off pretty quickly. And we do get some scorps going. Remember, from my last video, the Romans do get bonuses for scorps and stuff. So, and their minimum range is diminished. So, they do get a few kills here. We get a few in return. We go after their guy. Yeah, they go up to castle pretty quickly too, but I really... I think I forgot to put the hotkey there. But my problem that I seem to be having with the game itself is the fact that when I have a plan, I don't get aggressive enough. And here, I mean, they're unwalled. I could have easily come in and, you know, rushed them and really done some damage, but I just was way too timid. And that, I think, is what I need to improve upon next time, is the fact that I just have to get more aggressive. I see this, and I do, and I take out one of their guys, but now I've got the man-at-arms, I've got the knights, they've got a second TC, we have a second TC, which is actually kind of cool. We did get that going. So we have enough boom, I think, but the problem is I just don't get aggressive enough. And you can see here, I just start taking out their houses, when in reality, I should be going after this wood line right here. And I'm not doing enough. I don't even know that that's there. I'm just going after the TC and stuff. So, or not TC, just their houses. And my eco is, our eco is about the same, but look what all we've got. We got all this, and we just fall. Like, we literally just fall to their man-at-arms and their knights and cavalry. So that, I think that had I rushed a bit sooner, it may have been a little bit more productive. And a big gaping hole right there, but my spears take care of that. But again, I think that my problem is too is I pigeonholed myself into a strategy, and it just didn't work out. So I go defense castle instead of like castle in your face, trying to put them in their place, and it just doesn't work. And yes, I do lose this game. But it's not for a lack of trying. I just didn't have the right key here. Didn't have the right strat. Or didn't have the right push, I guess. But I'd like to know what you all think about that. But part of it, too, is I also want to go Centurions. I want to try to get that going, but I didn't have the food going. And I do get a bunch of TCs going here. And I do get a Muhammad... No, I don't. What am I talking about? So this is also a problem. Look, they got 6 queued up. I've only got 3. And a lot of it is because my food production, not very good. I've got 17 farms, they've got 29. So that's a problem. We have to get a little bit better at investing our food, or wood into food, I should say. I think that's going to be the key for this build, because of the fact that when I have the food production, I can go into Centurions pretty quickly. Now, my Centurions here and again, they go after the damn houses. Try to lure them under the TC. Doesn't quite work, though. They take out pretty much all my scorps. But, yeah, they got a castle going. We got a castle. They've got 4 TCs. We've got 3. And, yeah. Oh, and by the way, these got converted. They went around back trying to get some kills. They ran into the monastery. and that's why those got converted. So they do end up coming in and wrecking quite a bit. So just a little bit of unlucky there. But yeah, felt that there were a lot of things with this particular game that I could have done better. And we get another castle going right here. I think this was my first. This is my first rated match in a while, so a little bit of rust, for sure. But in reality, I should be pushing a little bit more, and whatnot. But they come in with, yeah, we still have the Scorps. And initially, I think I said good game once they hit Imp, but then I'm like, you know what? We're going to try to gut it out here. Yeah, I said good game, but I played on for a little bit more. Now watch this. This is actually real interesting right here. They go after... I go in and just start wrecking their eco a little bit, but... yeah, no, there's... we get a little bit of the action going in here, and then I do wipe out quite a bit of their... Vils over here. We do end up with like 19 eco kills, but it's, I think, a little bit too little too late, because if you see the big difference between the resource collected, even the value of their army is pretty bad. And now the Rams come in, and this is not good. And then they get Paladins, or Cavaliers coming in, they just start wrecking. Even though we have murder holes, it doesn't make a difference. And the castle falls. There was really no way I think we could have come back from that. So GG to Karavik, and very well played game by them. So let's go to the stats. And I think that with the build order, we were able to execute quite a bit. We were able to get some stuff done. I think I just had to get more aggressive with the Scorpions moving forward. And again, it was my first rated match in a while, so the nerves were definitely there. That game that I did yesterday, that was actually the third game that I played that day, and I was tilted. I was just like, I'm either I'm gonna just send it until I see God or the checkered flag. It was one of those days. So anyways, score-wise, obviously they got us big time. Military, we were slightly ahead. Actually, the kill to death was not terrible for us. We were able to take out a lot of their villagers towards the end, but then they got in and started destroying ours. So in the end, we ended up getting a little bit of it an advantage, but nothing really significant till the very end. And by the time we got it, it was too little too late. As far as eco is concerned, they had a much better economy, but not by much with the gold and the stone. I would argue that they've got, well, collected, well, relic gold. They were able to capture some relics and stuff. Wood, they weren't too far off, but the food was the big one. That was the big one. We were trying to save so much wood for our Scorps that we didn't invest enough in the food for the Centurions. So there's got to be a little bit of balance there. I think trying to go that fast castle route is an interesting idea. And at my level, it could probably work. We're around 600 now, so that could work. But anyways, back to this. Tech-wise, we went up to feudal around the same time. We had a huge advantage for castle time. That's such a killer, because I think that had we dealt with their initial attack a little bit better and it didn't rattle me, I think we could have had a really good game with this. I think we could have really pushed forward and did really well. I'd like to know some suggestions on how to get just more aggressive. There are some days I wake up and choose violence, and there are days I just roll over and play dead. clearly this was one of those days I just rolled over and played dead. But we were able to tie them for exploration. They got a little bit more in the research part. Villagers, we weren't too far off on the max. And whatnot. They had 2 castles. We had 2 castles. Actions per minute, just a bit of an edge for my friend there on the other side, Karavik. So overall, I thought this, even though we kind of rolled over and played dead, this was still a good game for us. And I think that had I gotten a little more aggressive, I think certainly we could have done some more damage. But I think that, let me see if I can go back and find where. Yeah, right here. If I push forward here around the, maybe because they're still in. Oh no, they just hit castle. So if we go back here, I think if I dealt with this a little bit more effectively, because we're still in castle at this point, and they're still in feudal. I think if we get enough scorps going, we could do some damage. But anyways, hindsight being 2020 and whatnot. I think though that just getting a lot more aggressive would definitely help. But anyways, so I hope you like this. I hope you got something out of it. Suggestions are always needed. I appreciate it very much. I know Too Many Variables, TMV, he likes to give me advice and he does very, very well with that. So I'm going to give him a shout out as well. You helped me out a lot. I can honestly say that. All right. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you on the battlefield. Happy hunting, everybody. Risen Dragons out. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.